We can be.
We must be the first generation
To end extreme poverty.
The generation
Most determined.
to fight injustice and inequalities.
The generation that saves the planet from climate change.
And this is how it will get done. The global goals.
A 15-year plan
For everyone. Everywhere.
With no one left behind.
We will live in a world
where nobody
anywhere
lives in extreme poverty.
Where no one
Goes hungry.
where no one wakes in the morning
Asking if there will be food today.
We will live in a world where no child has to die.
Diseases we know how to cure.
and where proper health care
is a lifelong right for us all.
We will live in a world
where everyone goes to school
and education gives us the knowledge
and skills
for a fulfilling life.
We will live in a world where all girls and all women have equal opportunities to thrive
And be powerful.
and safe.
We cannot succeed if the world is
we will live in a world
Where all people can get clean water.
and proper toilets at home.
at school and at work.
We will live in a world where
there's sustainable energy for everyone.
Heat,
Light and power for the whole planet.
Without destroying the planet.
We will live in a world where economies prosper.
A new wealth.
Lead to decent jobs.
For everyone.
And we will live in a world where our industry
our infrastructure and our
Best innovations.
Are not just used to make money, but to make all our lives better.
we will live in a world
where prejudices and extremes of inequality
Are defeated
Inside our countries.
And between different countries.
where people live in cities and communities
that are safe, progressive,
and support everyone who lives there.
where we replace
What we consume.
planet where we put back
What we take out of the earth.
We live in a world that is decisively rolling back the threat to climate
change.
where we restore and protect the life in our oceans and seas. We will restore
and protect
Life on land.
The forests.
almost the earth itself.
With peace between and inside countries.
Where all governments are open.
And answer to us for what they do at home and abroad.
And the justice rules.
with everyone equal before the law.
Where all countries and we their people.
Work together.
Partnerships of all kinds.
To make these goals a reality.
These are the United Nations global goals
For sustainable development.
Let's get to work.
So today we are live in Spain, Denmark, and Italy, and of course the Netherlands, and we welcome students, teachers, and companies that are active within the field of construction. So in this event, I will present to you the results of this project that focuses on sustainability in educational construction within Europe. So this project first started in 2022, and we had our opening meeting in Horsens in Denmark, and since then we've had another meeting in Spain in 2022, and in Italy, and in the Netherlands in 2023, and now in 2024, we have the ending of this project. So it's come to an end. And, you know, many teachers with quite a few backgrounds have been involved. But for the most part, many teachers with many backgrounds have been involved, including construction, installations, and of course, engineering. And also with the specialization and assistance with the Erasmus Plus and their coordination, we've developed teaching materials and lessons that aims to change the mindset of teachers within the field. And we hope to inspire you guys to embed sustainability within your classrooms, in your lessons, and within your work, with, of course, the 17 global goals of the UN in mind as a foundation, which connects to the video we just saw. And lastly, in this presentation, I'd like to interview everyone who's been involved in the project and let them explain to you, what it entails and what the contents of the website are. The website Greenwave invet.eu, which will serve as an outline and a framework for this presentation.
Well, the contents regarding activities, it's a kind of seed looking at the buildings envelope and even the structure and even procedures of working in order to analyze the best practices that we are using in the AEC sector. This is engineering, architecture, and construction. So we have developed, for example, the insulation systems that nowadays we should use, the carpentry of windows and doors for buildings, analyzing best practices, even the installations like a heat recovery system for ventilation. And well, there are a lot of different activities, and these activities have a common structure, looking at these systems or the methodologies for buildings that are good practice. And sometimes the students are working in these activities and they are not realizing that they are focused in an SDG, because we are not thinking in the SDGs. So in these activities, we are including which SDGs we are working in while we are developing the activity with students.
Okay, and could you tell me a bit more about the learning materials? Like, who is it for and who can use it?
Everybody can use them. At the beginning, we are targeting to vocational colleges related to the construction and installations, but these materials can be used too, because at the end we want to spread everywhere these we want people to be conscious of the environment issues and how they can, through the activities in vocational training, use them. But we can use even for a transversal knowledge, because at the end these are topics that are very interesting for everybody, and we want people to be conscious of the materials, of the systems and the methodologies that they should use for a better environment.
Okay, well, that's great to hear. We've just been notified that you can control the website now and share your screen if there's anything more you'd like to add to that.
Well, I cannot, but I can. Well, the thing is, it's very easy. You only need to go to the webpage, and there is a place. I'm going there. It's a play training and videos, and there you have all the information about the initiating teachers to the course, applied trainings, and applied videos. And all these materials could be used too for example, in Spain, we have a lot of CLIL teachers that are explaining their lessons in both in English and in Spanish. And I think these materials is a way to have some ideas or inspiring ideas to develop SDGs with students.
What is the EQF level of these learning materials?
The materials are focused in the EQF levels between the 2 and the 5th, because vocational training in Europe is inside these levels, being the second is a basic vocational level. The third is the medium here in Spain. And after that, we have higher education, but vocational training. But these materials could be used for applied science universities too. I think all the materials can be adapted to the target group because, for example, if we are thinking in vocational training, for example, we can choose one of the activities. For example, if you stop, you can stop to scroll. And for example, this is, can we go a bit upper, please?
Let's scroll up, yeah.
Okay, for example, here we have the blower door. What is a blower door system? Why we should use that? This is related to saving energy. The air tightness of the envelope, and this is the activity where we are we have written the learning outcomes and even the objectives of the activity, the tools that we should use. Well, I think everything you need to develop activity, and if you want to change, for example, if it could be theoretical, could be practical, it depends. The EQF you are focused. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very informative. Thank you so much, Jose.
Yep.
Thank you so much, and we'll move on to our next interview with Morten. If we can first, so Morten Hofart, who is the Greenwave project leader. Can we get you? There we go, Morten. If we can first, so Morten Hofart, who is the Greenwave project leader. Can we get you? There we go. Can you please turn on your? Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Hi there. Thank you for joining us. Can you tell us a bit more about the teacher syllabus in the course?
Yeah. The teacher syllabus and the course was actually the starting point in this project. It was held during the first transnational meeting in Denmark in the fall of 22, and it was actually the first time that the project people met in real life. So unfortunately, I wasn't part of the project then, but I've heard many great things about this meeting, and we have developed a teacher course and a syllabus which represents the activities of this meeting. And of course, the first thing is to meet each other, and get the trust built between the partners. But also, when you work across Europe, you need to make sure that you stand on some common ground because there are great differences between the countries. But we all have the aim to include the SDGs in our education. So this meeting and this course was to get to know each other, but also to make a common professional ground regarding the use of the SDGs, and to discover, what we could learn from each other, because that's kind of the aim in this project too. That if a country is specialized in some way in using the SDGs, the other countries could learn from this, and the other way around. So it was like a common starting ground that was created in this meeting.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's very useful to know that you share common ground before starting a project like this.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit more about where we would find the teachers' materials, course materials on the website?
Yeah, it is located in the same area as the teaching training materials that you just showed. It's I think it's called the teacher's course or something. It was, and you can find the materials from this meeting and the syllabus there. And if you want to use it as you know, if you're interested in getting started in working with the SDGs, you can find lots of materials about what is the SDGs and how could it be implemented in schools. And I think some of the materials you can use directly. Some of the materials you need to you know adjust so it so you can use it locally. If you yeah, right there. So you can find all the materials that was used, and if you just scroll down a bit, you can see this is Danish. You know, stop there. It's the Videnscenter. It's called a Knowledge Center for Sustainability, and it was actually them who held the main parts of the courses, because they are specialized in sustainability in construction. So we use them, and you can find their materials right here. And if you, of course, it's in English, and you can download them. And if you want to know more, somewhere in the back there's contact information, and I know they really like to be contacted if anybody have any questions about using sustainability in the implementing sustainability. And this is actually pictures from the course that was held. Yeah, so
that looks great. Thank you for that. Do you have anything to add on being you know, in your position in the whole project? Do you have anything to add on as an overview in the conclusion of the project?
I think you know, when you just get to start working with the SDGs, you need to you know, to transform them so they'll be meaningful in the local context. So I think every time we meet in this project, we use a lot of time in discussions about what is the SDGs and how can we implement them. And all the teaching training materials are examples on how to implement them. And you can find lots of inspiration in there, but you need to, you know, to make them your own. Look at them, get inspired, but make them your own. Adjust them to your local context.
And that makes a lot of sense, because there can be a lot of different you know, laws and legislations in countries, and especially when it comes to teaching, there's no universal standard for that. So that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. We'll have Peter Janssen, who's live with us here in person, who's going to talk to us about webinars. Hi there.
Hi.
Could you tell us a bit more about the webinars on the website?
Yes, I can. So we've made 5 webinars. The first 2 we made at the Graafschap College. The subjects of the first webinar is bio-based. So we have made a movie about a house with a lot of bio-based materials made. The subject of the second webinar is circular building materials. And then the third webinar, it's made by our colleagues from Denmark, Learn. They made a webinar about the 17 SDGs that are in the education. And there was a topic about the exoskeletons. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, that's very diverse.
Yeah, very diverse. It's very nice. So now the last 2 months we were busy with the 4th and the 5th webinar. And the 4th webinar is about innovative materials and solutions. And the last webinar, we finished it, I think, 1 week ago. It's about sustainability in policy.
Well, Well, that's very cool.
Yeah.
And could you tell us a bit more about the webinars in whether they are in English or and the format they are in?
Yeah, very good. The webinars, the first, the second, the third, the first, second, the fourth, and the fifth, they are in Dutch speaking, Dutch spoken, and there's subtitles in English, so everybody can follow it. The third webinar is all English spoken. Yeah, yeah, very good.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm sure everyone appreciates that there's subtitles and English, being the diverse amount of countries that we have. And can you tell us if the webinars are available after the end of the project?
Yeah, so the first, the second, and the third webinar are on the website already. The fourth webinar, I think we finished this week with the subtitles and last things. So I think end of this week, the fourth webinar will also be available on the website. And I hope in a week or three, the last webinar will be added to the website. So everyone can look to the website and can look the webinars.
Awesome. And also with being settled here in the Netherlands with overseeing the webinars and the content and everything involving that, do you think that there's any kind of adjustments you can make looking back on the project on how you would approach the format of webinars?
Oh, it's a difficult question. I think the approaching to the webinars was so a webinar normally is maybe not a recorded webinar, and it's a live webinar. But we thought about it, and we want to the information that's in the webinars. We wanted to give it in a nice way to the people. So we decided to record the webinars. I think it's okay how we did it, and the results are I think the results are very good.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I'm sure like a lot of people appreciate that it was recorded so that they can catch up or you watch it and study more. And moving forward, what do you think are some exciting topics you'd like to tackle in webinars?
Nice. I think the first webinar about bio-based materials was a really cool webinar. We went to a house that is in the process of building, and they walked through the house, like seeing all the different materials that are used in the house. But that's a really cool webinar. The last webinar, sustainability in policy, we recorded it at our school, Grascollege in Doetinchem. And I think that's also a really cool webinar because it's not always about the materials, but it's also in the non-materials. So in the thought of the workers and the students on school to get a nice policy.
That's great. I mean, it's a lot to look forward to as well. I think we've got our whole plan laid out.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yes.
So thank you for coming on. I appreciate having you here and being so welcoming and accommodating and setting up this awesome event for everyone involved. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we'll get Peter de Vriend from Koning Willem College one more try. Do you see what you see right now?
Yeah, we've talked over a lot of things already. But in the introduction, it's nice that this image is interactive. So if you go with your cursor to the image itself, can you do that? Then things can be clicked on. And for instance, click on number 3, health. That's the SDG. And then you get all information about health and building. And go down. There's a lot to tell about health and building. And so all the information is there. And that's the information of every SDG 17 times. You can find all kinds of information. And in the very, if you go down, you also see a webinar made in this project about exoskeletons, which helps you to lift things in the building and construction. So you get some way older than normal, and in the future they will be implemented everywhere. So that's on the website. Oh, yeah, okay. Take number 7, for instance. Clean energy, of course, a lot to do with building and energy. So zero energy building, all kinds of photos and issues are shown on this page. And when you go down, we also have the teaching materials there, learning activities we developed. So if you want to know more about the blower door test, you click on it and yeah, do it. Yeah, and then you get all the information about that blower door test and all the other things. So it's completely interactive, and you can see information about every SDG and the relationship in between it and building and construction. So in that way, you have all the information and also all kinds of other things. We didn't discuss the toolkits. If you go up, and there you have, well, next one. It's next to it, the toolkit. Yeah. Also, we made some toolkits in how to implement the SDGs into the school itself and into the building department and into the lessons of building and construction. So on 3 levels, we have a toolkit how to implement the SDGs. So we made a lot of materials. We created teaching materials, webinars, methods, and teacher trainings. And it's all open on the website now. Yeah. And if you have some comments or you want to add things, and so please let me know. Then I add it on the website, and you can have even more information, and will help us all together. Yeah. So that's the website, I think. Yeah. So you can, yeah, it's interactive. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I must comment that the introductory page, the interactive nature of the wheel was a very cool idea. It kind of it's a nice way to present the information. So you kind of captivate the person in the introduction. But I just want to say from Misa here and Graafschap College, thank you so much for joining us at this event today. We hope that the course has been an amazing one for you guys. And one last thing, thank you to all the support from all you guys involved in the project and from the Erasmus Plus project that has supported us and made all of this possible. So again, thanks everyone. Have a great day. And hopefully we can inspire some positive change in the world.